Hello, I'm Janelle and welcome to my channel, Janelle Mary Sews, where I talk about what I've been sewing, what I plan to be sewing, what I'm liking in the sewing world. So today I am going to talk about quilted jackets. So I have seen a lot of these around. They're really cute. I would like to sew in myself, so I've been researching patterns. I thought I would share some of those with you. So I am really, I really like the idea of using up scraps of fabric to sew something, not throwing those away. One of my favorite projects that I've made recently was I made the Friday Pattern Company Hughes dress, although I shortened it to just a top, and I used a bunch of old dress shirts from my husband, and I just really liked how that turned out. I liked that it was fabric that somebody I loved has worn, and then I was able to reuse it. And so just seeing all these quilted jackets around really has me inspired. And I've not done a whole lot of quilting. I've sewn a long time ago a couple of quilted bags, and there's two patterns that I've done recently, neither of which was for me. One was for my daughter, and it was Simplicity 9485, and it's this just a little quilted jacket. I added these little ties on the front for closures, and then I did some piping in between the binding. And so I'd really like to do something similar to this for me. And the other pattern that I have done recently is, actually it's been a little bit while now, it was for my husband, and that was McCall's 7638. And it's got boys and men's sizing, from like a size 3 in boys all the way up to an extra large in men's. And you can do it with a hood, or I did his with the collar here. And I used this really nice wool that I got from Guthrie and Ghani. And then just lined the inside with some cotton flannel. There's cotton batting. So I just quilted the inside, not the outside, which now I'm wishing I would have quilted the outside as well. I just think it would have looked really nice with that. But the fabric is really nice and the fit's good on him. I really think that you could use like any loose fitting, simpler jacket would work for a quilted jacket. You could just use pre-quilted fabric, or you know, quilt something on your own. So yeah, let me get into the patterns that I've looked at and share those with you, and I'll kind of let you know. There's a couple that I'm leaning more towards, and if you've sewn any of these, let me know how they turned out, if you recommend them. So the first one I have is the Dress Your Body Tina. It is a bolero style jacket. It's got two main pattern pieces and then pockets. It's got kind of like a, so the main body pieces, and there's a seam down the back, and then it's got like a front, almost, I don't know if you'd call it like a shawl type collar, but just like a front piece there. It is a size, it's a French pattern, and I've never sewn anything with them before, so I'm not sure, but it was a cute jacket. It was a little bit different than some of the other ones, and it comes in a size 34 to 46, which is a bust of 32 to 41 and a quarter, I believe. So I'll pop some pictures of these in here as well, so that you can kind of see what I'm looking at. The next one that I was looking at is the KnowMe 2058, and it is an so they use asymmetrical color blocking on this one, and I thought that would be really fun to play around with the designs. It comes in 2 lengths. There's a mandarin collar, can do welt pockets, and then it closes with snaps. It comes in a size 6 to 14, which is a 30.5 bust to 36 bust, or a 16 to 24, which is a 38 to 46 bust. So then we have the Tamarack jacket, which is one of the first quilted jackets that I have seen in the sewing world. It's been around for a while, and it seems like a lot of people really love it. So it says there are 2 quilting designs included. It comes with welt pockets. The sizing is 0 to 18, which is a bust of 32 to 44, or size 14 to 32, which is a bust of 40 to 58. There's also an add-on pattern that you can get with that comes with a hood and a collar and some patch pockets. It looks like you can, the closure is either like hook and eyes or a snap opening, and yeah, you can look. There are so many of these out there. It looks like a great pattern. I do have their Thayer jacket that I'm wanting to sew, but yeah, I was looking at this one as well. And then, let's see, sorry, I've got my notes down here. Oh, another one from the indie pattern world that's been around for a while is the Nielsen Hovea jacket and coat. And Nielsen, I have several of her patterns. I've sewn the Ash jeans from her, and she just does a really great job on her patterns. Directions were clear. There's good instructions on her website, on her blog. Yeah, and all of her patterns come with multiple variations, so you have lots of options there. So the Hovea jacket, it has a loose fit, a drop shoulder, it's got multiple lengths, it's got deep angled feature pockets. It says you can do it unlined or with a full lining, or obviously the quilted, and then you can do a belt closure or tie closures. So I think there's 6 versions altogether, and it comes in a size 0 to 20, which is a bust of 32 to 46, or the curve sizing is size 14 to 34 with a bust of 40 to 60. The other jacket that I was looking at was the Merchant and Mills Sanda jacket, and it's got 2 lengths. One they call an oversized coat, or there's the jacket that's a more shorter length. It's got a rolled collar and turn back cuffs. The coat has inseam pockets and the jacket has patch pockets. I don't think you could do the inseam pockets with the jacket version. I think it would be too short. But you can make it lined or unlined. I think what I really like about a lot of these quilted coats is the binding detail. I just think that looks really neat to do something that either coordinates or a contrasting binding. I think with this one, it would be neat to do the collar maybe as like corduroy, and then do the rest of the jacket as like a quilted either fabric or something that you quilted yourself. The sizing on this are UK 6 to 18, which is a bust of 30 3/4 to 41 3/4, or a UK 18 to 28, which is 42 inches to 55-inch bust. And then the one, check my notes here, the one that I am really looking at, that I think is the one that I want to go with, is the Love Notions Coda quilted coat. I've not done any of their patterns before, but it looks like they have a lot of help on their website. I think for some they even have some videos, it looks like, that go along with some of their patterns. And this one just had several options, and it looked, you know, fairly simple overall. So it comes in a size extra small to 5X, which is a bust of 33 to 55 inches. There are 3 necklines that you can choose from. There's the bias neckline, a hood that you can do, or also like a regular collar neckline. And so I really like that. There's also a, they give you like a quilt pattern as well that you can like design yourself, use your own fabrics to make like this quilted pattern, and they have examples on there for that. Oh, one other thing about the Hovea jacket. There was one that on her website where she does like a, it looks almost like a sashiko sort of stitching on it, and that looks really cool. Yeah, I really liked that version of it. So I don't know, I'm kind of, both of those, actually all of them, I think I would like to sew at some point, but I might be a little too many jackets. Maybe I can sew some for my daughters. But that is all that I have. So yeah, I just think it would be a lot of fun to play around with the fabric, to actually kind of design how your fabric goes together, is really kind of neat, whatever colors you want to use. And I mean, who doesn't want to wear a blanket? Like, that would be the ultimate in comfort, I think. And I think it would just be a chance for me, since I've not done a lot of quilting, to kind of dip my toe into the quilting, but at the same time I'm still sewing garment, which is, you know, what I really enjoy sewing. So yeah, hopefully I'll, oh, actually there was one more that I, in my research, found, and it actually looked like a really neat idea. So it is called a Beachcomber quilted jacket, and I'm trying to think of the company. I think here. Okay, so Laundry Basket Quilts. Laundry Basket Quilts. I'll link it below. I think it's called Laundry Basket Quilts. Has a, it's called a Beachcomber jacket, and they sell, it looks like it's just like the quilting pattern, not actually like a jacket pattern, but they have a YouTube video that goes along with it. And what they do is use this this quilt pattern to, it's a quilted jacket, but they use like a oversized sweatshirt, and they cut it up and quilt onto that to make the jacket out of. And I just thought that was a really neat idea. And so yeah, I may try to do that one, at least for the first one that I do, and just see kind of how it goes, because then, you know, you don't have to come up with a pattern and all that. But anyway, so that's another option, and I will link all of these below. So that is it for me today. If you have any questions, you can put them below. If you have any recommendations for quilted jacket patterns that I didn't mention that you would recommend, you can put those below. If you've sewn any of these and have any comments or suggestions as far as that goes, let me know, and I hope you are doing well, and I will see you next time. Bye.